Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Shakina.
We are from Group 3. My name is Nur Maisara binti Ramli, matrix number 196309.
My name is Farah Hanamdi Shafi'i, matrix number 198514.
My name is Ronan Sufian Usman, matrix number is 197554.
My name is Emilia Elianta binti Dautan and my matrix number is 198458.
My name is Rafi Fadila binti Dewi, matrix number 198692.
Okay, so now let me start with the definition of integrating factor. What is integrating factor? So in mathematics, an integrating factor is a function that is chosen to facilitate the solving of a given equation involving differentials. So this is especially useful in thermodynamics, where temperature becomes the integrating factor that makes entropy an exact differential.
Okay, I'm going to read the question that I have chosen. Okay, the question is 200-gallon tank originally has 100 gallon of salt water in it at a concentrations of 1 gram salt per gallon. We start to pour 5 gallon of salt water per minute, having a concentrations of 2 gram of salt per gallon. Meanwhile, we let out 3 gallons of well-mixed water per minute. So the question is, what is the concentrations of the salt when the tank is full?
Okay, so let me start with the solution. So firstly, we write the amount of salt in grams at t as y, the function of t. So dy dt is equals to rate salt in minus rate salt out. Because in mathematics, we use input minus output. So for rate salt in, it is actually rate water in times salt density. So we write that minus rate water out times salt density. So we substitute in the value that's in the question earlier. So 5 gal per minute and so on. So for the salt density output, we don't know the value. So it's amount of salt divided by volume water in tanks. We write that as YT grams over 100 plus 2T gal. So why 100 plus 2T? Because our initial volume of water is 100 gallon of water. So the flow rate is 5 gallon in and 3 gallon out. So it's 5 minus 3 is 2 gallon net input of water. So that's why we write as 100 plus 2T. So solve the value that we input just now and we'll get 10 minus 3y over 100 plus 2t equals to dy dt. So because our initial value is 100 gallon, the value that we have right now is y when t is 0, y is 100. Okay.
So as we all know, the general or the linear form of this equation would be dy over dt plus fty equals to rt. From the previous equation, we can conclude that ft is 3 over 100 plus 2t and rt is 10. In order to find the integrating factor, all we need to do is to do the exponential of ft. So the integrating factor that we will obtain is 100 plus 2t to the power of 3 over 2.
After we got the IF, we substitute into the general equation. So, and then we integrate. After integrate, we rearrange the equation. And then we substitute the initial condition into the equation to get the value of C. So we managed to get C equals to negative 100,000. So the question is what is the time when tank is full? And the second question is how do we know the concentration?
So now we continue with to calculate the time taken for the tank is full and the concentrations of the solutions when the tank is full. So to get the time taken for the tank is full, we just substitute then when the tank is full, we have a volume of 100 gallons. So we just substitute in the equations 100 plus 2t. So we get a t which is 50. Then to get the concentration, we just substitute the 50 in the equations that we get from the previous slide.
Okay, so at t equals 50, we got the concentration of 1.823 gram per gallon of salt. This is because we want to check whether this is in the interval. because the initial we have 1 gram salt per gallon, and we add up 2 grams salt per gallon, so it is have to be in the answer must be in the interval of from 1 until 2. So 1.823 gram per gallon of salt fall in the interval, so that is the final answer. Thank you. That's all for today.